Welcome to the Smite God reveal for Belladona, goddess of war. Belladona, the goddess of war, took no time to build temples or gather worshippers. She favors only those for whom war is life. For that is where she thrives. Not on the steps of hallowed basilicas or in whispered prayers, but in the blood-soaked mud among the breathless, armored troops in the roar of victory. When Rome was young, Belladona ran with her armies, conquered her enemies, made her strong. As Rome aged and began to crumble, she fought only with her strongest and most cunning of worshippers, Lucius Cornelius Sulla. Sulla rose through the ranks by accomplishing impossible deeds of heroism and ruthless prowess. His enemies feared him, his soldiers loved him, and everywhere he went, Belladona rode with him. Together, they quelled the Germanic hordes. They broke the social war. They sacked Athens. Sulla was utterly undefeatable, and it was the goddess of war that made him so. But the Roman Senate moved to displace Sulla and end his rise to glory. March on Rome, Belladona quietly urged, and you shall rise as no other. Emboldened, Sulla commanded his legions and took the city streets, Belladona at the fore, slaughtering the gladiator slaves that stood against them. The Senate buckled. They cast the vote. Sulla became the first lifelong dictator of Rome. During Sulla's reign, Belladona was worshipped for the goddess she was, but Sulla had grown old. His wars were over. Belladona moved on, and Rome forgot. But the forgotten are not gone. Gods clash in titanic conflict. It is in war she thrives. No one will forget Belladona, the goddess of war, this time. Belladonna's passive is called Master of War. Upon giving or receiving hits from basic attacks, Belladona gains protections and movement speed. Her first ability is called Shield Bash. Belladona dashes forward and bashes her shield, dealing damage and slowing enemies. Additionally, Belladona absorbs all damage from a single basic attack and reflects a portion of the damage around her. Belladona then makes basic attacks with a sword and shield. Her second ability is called Bludgeon. Belladona summons a hammer and spins, hitting every enemy around her and then smashing forward in an overhand attack. Belladona now makes basic attacks with her hammer until out of combat. Every hammer attack hits all enemies in melee range. Belladonna's third ability is called Scourge. Belladona deals damage to all enemies in a line. Enemies hit are disarmed and cannot make basic attacks. Belladona now makes basic attacks with a Scourge, which has extended range, and every third attack heals her. Belladonna's ultimate is called Eagle's Rally. Belladona plants a Roman flag, granting protections and increased physical power to allied gods. Enemies directly under the flag take damage and are stunned. In this first fight, Belladona comes into the left lane to gank the enemy Apollo and Nox. Leaping in with Eagle's Rally, she stuns both targets. Getting the additional bonus damage with the Bludgeon's AoE, she slams down the hammer for a double kill. In this second fight, Belladona pushes right lane against the enemy Mercury and Bakasura. Getting interrupted by Mercury's special delivery, Belladona uses Shield Bash to escape into the jungle and lure the two assassins. Using Scourge to disarm Bakasura's basic attacks, Belladona counters with a few more attacks as Bludgeon's AoE damage takes down the Great Devourer. Gaining level 5, Belladona puts a skill into Eagle's Rally to stun Mercury as a few additional basic attacks and a Shield Bash secure the kill. In this final scenario, Belladona heads toward the jungle to aid her ally, Bastet. Initiating with Eagle's Rally, she stuns Apollo. Following up with Shield Bash to slow him, she uses Bludgeon to secure the kill. Turning back towards Sylvanus, Belladona combines her basic attacks with Scourge to disarm the nearby gods as Sylvanus falls. Activating Greater Sprint and further closing the distance with Shield Bash, Belladona activates Bludgeon to help her secure the kill. As the goddess of war, Bellodona's battle lust reigns supreme in the front line. Starting her off with Bludgeon can provide an early level clear as well as AoE damage. Next, picking up Shield Bash can provide Belladona with additional damage as well as a mini dash when in tight spots. From there, the priorities shift to Eagle's Rally, Bludgeoned, Scourge, Shield Bash. The father of the frost giants, Ymir, receives a texture update. Thanks for watching the Smite God reveal for Belladona, Goddess of War.